Welcome fellow adventurers and dungeon masters to a new Pathfinder 2nd edition character made just for you, to be used as a player character or NPC. My name is Model 42 and today I want to introduce you to Kroa, a level 1 Strix Tiefling fighter, who shows what you can do with the ancestry and heritages to get a look that feels authentic to your artwork and to the concepts and rules of Pathfinder. Without further ado, let's take a look. Kroa has a class DC of 16, which is almost maxed for level 1, is quite strong, a little bit dexterous, quite tough, street smart, not that wise, and maybe not the most charming, but certainly stunning woman to behold. She is only really good in athletics, but more than decent in crafting, diplomacy, cave lore, occultism, society and stealth, which is quite the useful mix, and the rest is not worth mentioning and based on her abilities alone. She can speak 3 languages, them being Common, Strix, and Infernal. She moves at a normal speed of 25 feet, or 5 squares, and is not particularly perceptive because of her instincts, but more or less because she has a decent training, being expert. She has a very good fortitude, is quite quick to react, though her mind is torn between her thoughts and desires, which makes her mind not as strong as it could be. With 20 hit points she has a more than decent value for her class, but that is only where she gets started when it comes to her fighting prowess. If she is unarmored, she has a quite normal AC of 14, though with her breastplate, and yes I know, that small bikini actually is a breastplate in most modern fantasy, so don't add me, she has a pretty good AC of 18. As a fighter she is proficient not only with all armor, but also with pretty much most weapons in the game, being expert in the ones she uses mostly, which is very good. She either uses her right claw for some small, but decent damage and has a high chance to hit and even crit, because of her class. Most of the time she will be using her whip, which is a one-handed weapon that deals the same damage as her claw, but is non-lethal, has a reach, can disarm enemies and even trip them, making it a highly versatile weapon to support other melees in combat, or gain the advantage on enemies. Because Kroa is a Strix, she gains low light vision to see normally in dim light, and also has powerful wings, though she is not very good at using them, though it has some merits we look at later. As a Tiefling, her low light vision will be upgraded to dark vision, allowing her to see perfectly in darkness, though only in black and white. As her ancestry feat we chose one from the Tiefling side of her blood, since it is the predominant one in her artwork, and chose Form of the Fiend, giving her a claw attack. We can only do this at first level, so now or never. Because of her background as a hermit, she has the dubious knowledge skill feat, which is quite useful since a fail on any recall knowledge check now not only tells you misinformation, but also true information at the same time, though you do not know which is which. Still, a hint at the truth is better than nothing. Decent feat. As a fighter she gains the attack of opportunity and shield block as reactions, as well as the snagging strike we chose as her class feat. Before we look at them, let us talk about our wings. The cool thing is that we can show our wings already, despite Tieflings only being able to get them at level 9 the earliest. This is because we chose Strix as a basis and is a nice way of legally bending the rules, without breaking them. Awesome. We cannot fly though, or glide, since Strix do not use their wings in that regard until later in their life. What we do get is a 5 feet bonus when we leap horizontally. We do not automatically fail our athletics checks for jumping if we didn't run at least 10 feet, and we jump 10 feet more during long jumps depending on our athletics check, but never longer than your maximum speed. Still quite useful. Attack of opportunity is a reaction that allows us to hit somebody near us outside of our turn, if they use manipulate actions, move or ranged attacks, and if we crit we even negate their manipulate actions. With our whip, which has reach, this becomes exceptionally good. The shield block can be useful if we find a shield to carry around, but since we most likely do not use it, let's skip it. Her snagging strike is really interesting, since it only works with us directly alongside an enemy, but being able to inflict flat-footed on it for us and others to use is always awesome and a highly amazing ability. This can be done with our claws as well as our whip, but not on targets in 10 feet range, since our arms are not that long. Kroa can carry up to 8 bulk without penalty and a maximum of 13, though right now only 3 bulk and 8 light are used. In her purse 28 copper pieces and 22 silver pieces are still available to get by on the daily routine, and she has equipped a sexy and stylized breastplate armor in the form of a bikini with shoulder pads, but hey, I will not complain about this. Also she wears an ordinary, black bikini under it, since it would hurt otherwise, and also has a whip on her side to defend herself. She also carries a backpack, a bedroll, a belt pouch, a compass, flint and steel, rations for 1 week, a sheath or in our case leather holder for our whip, 2 pieces of soap, 2 torches, a water skin, an ordinary and white toga she uses for sleeping only, a fine black and golden dress since she might be guest of someone important in her lifetime, and which girl doesn't want to look pretty as a princess. She also has black winter furs for cold weather and a brown raincoat, since her wings cannot cover her whole body. When it comes to Kroa's personality, we first have to look at her stats and facts. As usual, she is a Strix and a Tiefling, being rare and uncommon. The DM has to give his okay for her to be used, and she has the hermit background, being possibly abandoned in her childhood because of her strange and hellish appearance. She has the fitting traits Strix, humanoid, and Tiefling, is of medium size and a fighter. She prays to Sivana, also called the Seventh Veil, always trying to figure out the truth and carrying the respect that some secrets are better left unsaid. She is neutral evil in her alignment, which means she mostly looks out for herself and does not care for people she does not call friends. This stems from the disappointment of being abandoned by family, but does not mean she is as evil as the creatures she fights, and will show care, devotion and love towards her friends and some people whom she can identify with. She also is a Cheliax and Strix, born in a village near Devil's Perch in Cheliax, and is a woman of 25 years, very much in her prime, with 1 meter and 85 centimeters, or 6 feet 1 inches. She is quite tall, and weighs 69 kilograms, or 152 pounds, since she has a very lean figure and has a bird-like bone structure, being Strix. Using my 10-point method, I chose 2 points from Strix, 2 from Tiefling, 2 from the fighter class, and added 4 points of my own to make her truly unique, as if she wasn't already being a Strix Tiefling. As mentioned before, she is dedicated to everyone she calls friend, though she harbors an ancestral distrust against most humans, making it harder for them to befriend her. However, once they do, she places incredible value on such a friendship, since it was not easy to build. Being alone most of her life, she has built up a strong self-confidence, being able to get by very well alone and besting all difficulties therein. This of course taught her very well that the world is full of danger and that she needs to enjoy every ounce of living alongside this, which she does heartily in the arms of women, not men, since it might lead to pregnancy, who are not scared by appearance, though she never felt a real connection so far. Being a person who prefers a straightforward approach to things, she has no real patience for puzzles and problem solving, which stands in stark contrast to her dedicating time finding out about her devilish blood, where it comes from and what it means. When it comes to the things that truly show her as her, she has the peculiarity to shake her head like a horse or bull whenever she is perplexed, and oftentimes uses her wings as a protective blanket, not to warm herself or sleep, but against words and people she feels uncomfortable with. When you see her do things she loves, she begins to shine and seems incredibly passionate, glowing with a beauty that is truly hidden within. If you want her character sheet, since copying and writing down from YouTube can be boring, just hop on over to my Facebook, where you can also interact with me normally. Send me a nice hello and who you'd like as a PDF, and I get to it as soon as possible, for free, no charge, just for your enjoyment. There will be an easier method down the line, but for now, this has to do. I thank you very much for staying with me till the end, and if you like Kroa or my videos in general, just leave a like to support me in the best and quickest way. Maybe consider subscribing for more content and guides, and write me a comment what you think of this beautiful but unique character and how you would use her in your games. Stay safe my friends, and we see each other somewhere on the roads of Galarian.